Hello YouTubers, this is the noobifier. I wanted to wish you the very best to your family during these continuing difficult times, and that's a very nice segue into why there's been no content lately for the last couple days. The answer is very simple. I wanted to focus on spending time with my family before I go away. There were a couple of interesting things that were released in the past couple days. 3.12 went live. It was a little bit rough. Whatever that Xenothreat promo thing was released to IGN, likely premature, and it became very clear that the event needed more time, so that was pulled. We got an updated roadmap, which I will break down for you, exactly as you expect to come from this channel, and there was a very vast letter from the chair, which I think is the most important thing to talk about if you wanted to look into the future, so I'm going to start there. I'm going to start with the most important thing that any citizen should tell any other citizen, and I think it sums up the entire project perfectly. Star Citizen has been 2 or 3 years away from release since 2013. Regardless of anything else you hear from anyone, either a developer or a fan, this is the only constant. It's good to be excited about Star Citizen, but it's also very good to temper your expectations. The second thing I would like to illustrate today, and it sounds like salt but it's not meant to be, is all the way back in April when it was clear that the roadmap needed to be reworked. It must have been crystal clear that Squadron 42 wouldn't be released by Christmas. True transparency would have had a statement from CIG back then that the target date wouldn't be met, because I personally would rather have a simple statement earlier than to wait 8 months for the roadmap to be released. I think it's irrelevant now because the wait is over and the credibility is also already eroded. So I think it's very convenient that the first time that we hear about the delays for sure is after the yearly sale. Backwards logic, because without the funding there's no game, but if it's releasing in 3 years, it also means that there's no rush to fund the game, and that's the problem. Please feel free to post your comments in the comments, as I very much appreciate the broader perspective from you, the viewers and supporters of this channel. We ultimately follow Star Citizen because we all want the same thing. So please let me break down this letter from the chair for you. And we begin with a quote that Chris decided would summarize the year. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. We had polar opposites this year. Record player interaction, record funding, despite record global adversity and instability. He said he greatly missed the community events and hoped that we can return to normal, something I'm sure we all echo. Star Citizen's growth was the highest, with a player base of over 26 million hours played by its backers. He said he was happy by hitting quarterly releases from 3.9 to 3.12, plus 2 very large in-game events. I broke down Fleet Week postmortem, and Chris reiterated what we already know, that it was a valuable stress test for the backend services and lessons were learned. He listed off some major additions to Star Citizen: new Babbage, the new spaceports, new landing zones, new moons, player actor status, inner thought updates, inventory updates, prison, an ongoing flight model pass with massive changes for atmospheric flight behavior, player trading, body dragging, throw V2, cargo decks, refinery decks, the rock buggy, force reactions, a more relaxed armistice zone, recently the beautiful gas tech, changes to insurance, changes to reputation, handheld tractor beams, updated HUD, updated party system, work on missiles, work on weapon balance and countermeasures. We got the Origin 100 series, the Ispira Prowler, the Cuddy Red and Blue, the Carrack, the MSR, the Nomad, and the Talon. When you see all of that at once, it's very impressive. But as I said at the start, I think we have a long way to go. He spoke about subscription. I did a video about that, which I have listed up now. But Chris said that they're going to continue to move away from video production as the main focus and move towards more tangible perks that we can use in-game. Flair items such as knives, suits, glow sticks, and multi-tools. He mentioned the monthly free fly, and he also mentioned exclusive CCU opportunities that we get for that extra support. He's proud of the development team despite not being able to tackle iCache and server meshing. He's confident that one, if not both, will be added in 21. Chris then spoke about the updated roadmap. However, I would ask you to please stay tuned as I'm going to break down that in greater detail next. Chris switched focus to Squadron 42. He said that now is too early to discuss when it would release or put any dates to any milestones. That actually really bothers me, and I think it should bother you too. But Chris did say 2 months ago that he would no longer cut corners and he would release only when it was ready. Despite him indicating that it might be 1 more year, I believe that it's pretty clear, especially after all the media garbage back and forth about Cyberpunk, that it'll likely be held back well into late 2022. He feels it'll be a huge disservice to the team and the vision to release anything but the final polished product, and he thanked us for our continued understanding. The quarterly show called The Briefing Room is being shelved so they can focus on development and limit the spoilers. Your progress can be seen by downloading the current build, the weekly shows, and the roadmap. He spoke about funding, highlighting 2019 as 48 million and 2020 as going to be close to 80. Although having support from old backers, Chris said that it was mainly the 400,000 new players that are pushing this higher trend. He listed that traffic numbers were higher than last year and reminded us to focus not on record funding, but the new friends that were added to our universe. And then he ended by saying that CIG is healthy and very much ready to continue building what we're all here for. The best damn universe sim ever. From Chris and his team, he wishes us all the best for 21, and I'm going to end the video by saying the same. From my wife and I, we hope that you have a safe and happy time. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.